Welcome to the channel Myths and Legends. Today we will immerse ourselves in the fascinating world of Slavic mythology. According to ancient traditions, Rod, the god creator of all existence, brought order to the world by separating the light particles from the dark ones. This act of dividing chaos into light and darkness allowed the universe to achieve harmony. Only in a world where light exists separately from darkness can order be maintained. However, for the world to evolve, light and darkness must coexist. The Slavs, deeply understanding this truth, divided the universe into three spheres: Yav, the visible world; Nav, the world of spirits and the deceased; and Prav, the laws of the universe and the gods. Interestingly, in Slavic culture, darkness was not considered absolute evil. For them, chaos, as an embodiment of disorder and the division of light and darkness, was the true enemy. Darkness, on the contrary, was seen as a necessary part of development, symbolizing the movement towards light and the possibility of manifesting human free will. In Slavic mythology, the three parts of the universe, Yav, Nav, and Prav, hold equal significance and are closely interconnected. For a deep understanding of Slavic myths, it is essential to recognize that the gods of Prav and Nav do not oppose each other. Rather, they interact, maintaining balance in the world. This unity and harmony between the worlds are vividly reflected in the image of the world tree. According to legends, the world tree was located on the mysterious island of Bayan. At its roots rested the mystical Alatur stone, symbolizing universal wisdom and harmony. The root system of the tree penetrated Nav, the world of spirits and ancestors. The trunk encompassed our reality, the world of Yav, where people and visible nature resided. The top, however, reached into the heavens, touching the world of Prav, where the highest deities and the laws of the universe dwelled. However, even for the gods, there was no freedom of movement across all three worlds. The gods of Nav remained in their realm, rarely exerting their influence in Prav, while the gods of Prav, on the contrary, almost never descended into the world of Nav. Thus each deity, each force had its place and task, creating a complex system of balance and interdependence among the three worlds, reflecting the cyclicity of life, death, and spiritual order. In Slavic mythology, Veles is one of the few gods capable of moving freely between the three worlds, Yav, Nav, and Prav. The cosmic structure of these three spheres is divided not only by borders but also by rivers, each symbolizing the transition between worlds. Between Yav and Nav flows the fiery river Smerdina, which only brave heroes could cross by leaping over its blazing waters. And the heavenly river Ra separates Yav and Prav, through which only divine beings could traverse the boundaries of the two worlds. The world of Yav is the most understandable and familiar reality to humans. It represents a three-dimensional physical space where we live and interact with material things. This world is revealed and open to our perception. All its aspects can be understood through our senses. The laws of nature and physics that we are well acquainted with apply most clearly in Yav. The very word Yav is so ancient that its roots are preserved in modern language, reflected in such words as phenomenon, clearly in reality, and announcement. These words convey the essence of a world that exists here and now, accessible and obvious to human perception. Thus, Yav is the foundation of our everyday life, but understanding its connection to Nav and Prav helps to deepen the comprehension of the mythological representation of the unity of the material and spiritual, which was an important part of the worldview of the ancient Slavs. The world of Yav is a reality that is visible and tangible, the most substantial of all spheres of the universe. Here, every being is manifested in a specific physical form, and everything surrounding a person can be seen, heard, and touched. In Yav dwell humans, animals, and birds, as well as numerous spirits and lesser deities that played significant roles in the daily lives of the Slavs. Among these beings are the household spirits, Domovoi, who protected the homes; the water spirits, Vodianoi, who guarded rivers and lakes; and the Leshi, the masters of the forests. Closely related to the world of Yav were the deities governing natural forces. For example, Mother Earth, Matisira Zemlya, personified the earth and its fertility. Strybog was the lord of winds and air currents. Samargal was responsible for the element of fire, and Agudal embodied water. Although these deities were more associated with the material nature, they represented the elements that were an integral part of life in Yav. Some gods, although not constantly residing in Yav, often appeared in this world. For instance, the sun god Horus manifested on winter and frosty days, illuminating the world with his bright light. Thus, Yav is a realm where living beings exist in bodily form, embodying the physical reality that is closely intertwined with the spiritual world through the influence of gods and nature spirits. It is important to note that the world of Yav includes not only material objects that can be touched and seen, but also thoughts, ideas, images, everything that manifests at the level of human perception and understanding. This is the part of reality that lies on the boundary between the physical and the spiritual, where the material intersects with energies and subtle worlds. The world of Yav possesses immense energy that is accessible to all beings born in physical form. These beings, including humans, have a unique opportunity to develop strength, learn to manage matter, and utilize the energies available in this world. Through physical existence, a person not only gains strength but also can nourish their spirit and soul, enriching themselves spiritually through interaction with the surrounding world. However, the physical body imposes limitations. Unlike the subtler worlds where beings have greater freedom, the world of Yav is bound by the laws of nature and physical reality. These limitations make certain actions impossible within the framework of physical life, but they also create opportunities for growth through overcoming these boundaries. Between the worlds of Yav and Prav lies Nav, a mysterious and sometimes frightening realm shrouded in secrets. Nav is the world of spirits and entities which the Slavs often referred to as dark gods. However, their tasks were not limited to malevolent deeds primarily. They were responsible for the destruction of everything that had lost its place and meaning in the world of Yav. This cycle of destruction and renewal is necessary for maintaining order and balance in the universe. Nav is also the abode of souls, leaving the physical world after death. According to ancient Slavic beliefs, souls would travel to Nav for purification, to be reborn in a new body. This is an important stage in the spiritual journey, associated with transformation and preparation for a new life. However, not all souls can undergo this process of purification. Those who cannot rid themselves of their burdens become malevolent spirits, known as Navis, which can harm the living. Sometimes, the world of Nav intersects with Yav, occurring through various forms of connection between deceased ancestors and living people. The Slavs believed that ancestors could influence events in our world, helping or warning their descendants through dreams, signs, or rituals. Such connections are possible because the worlds are closely intertwined. According to Slavic traditions, the matter of the world of Yav, that is, physical reality, was created last, meaning it is intricately woven with the older and subtler worlds, such as Yav and Prav. The world of Yav, with its mysterious laws and spiritual inhabitants, plays an important role in the overall structure of the universe. It serves as a bridge between life and death, renewal and destruction, reminding us that the end of one is merely the beginning of another. According to ancient traditions, in the very beginning, Yav existed as a unified space. However, in distant times, a great war occurred between the forces of light and darkness. In this battle, the armies of Chernobog, a deity associated with destruction and darkness, managed to breach the ancient seal that protected the knowledge of the higher light worlds. This event changed the order of things in the universe, and due to its consequences, the harmony of Yav was shattered. After the Great War, to restore balance, the world of Yav was created, our physical world. Yav became a kind of boundary between the forces of light and darkness, separating them and maintaining balance in the cosmos. Thus, Yav also split into two opposing parts: the light Slav, associated with the higher light worlds and spiritual enlightenment, and the dark Yav, where beings bringing destruction and chaos resided. The division of Yav reflects the eternal struggle between light and darkness, while simultaneously emphasizing the importance of their interaction. The worlds created after this great war gained a clear structure, in which each element, whether it be the light Slav or the dark Yav, fulfills its role in maintaining cosmic order. In the world of Slav, as in Prav, light predominates, symbolizing knowledge, creation, and harmony. At the same time, the dark part of Yav remains a place where worlds associated with darkness and destruction continue to exist. It is through Yav that the boundary between light and dark forces passes, and for dark entities, the possibility of entering the light worlds remains only through crossing this boundary through our manifest world. Interestingly, the very word Yav does not carry an unequivocally negative meaning. While Yav denotes what is manifested and accessible to our perception, Yav refers to what is hidden, unmanifested, and invisible to our eyes, that is, non-manifest. Yav is a subtle astral world that exists beyond physical reality, where the familiar laws of the material world do not apply. This world is less dense, it is sparse, and different principles govern it, unfamiliar to the inhabitants of Yav. In this understanding, Nav is a space of the unknown, where secrets and forces inaccessible to ordinary perception are hidden. It symbolizes the realm of spiritual and mystical processes that remains beyond our immediate understanding, yet plays an important role in the overall structure of the universe. The word nav in the Slavic tradition is associated with a root denoting new, unknown, or unmanifest. This root is traced in modern words such as navigation, guidance, and newness. This reveals a deep connection to the beliefs of the ancient Slavs. In dreams, the soul temporarily leaves the body and embarks on a journey through various worlds. This state is similar to what occurs after death, except that in dreams, the soul returns to the body when the person awakens. The dark nav, according to ancient Slavic beliefs, was the abode of dark spirits, but it also housed those who led an unjust life. It is important to note that nav was not hell in the modern sense, from which there is no escape. Even dark entities had the opportunity to rise, overcome their spiritual path, and enter the golden path of soul development. Thus, nav was perceived not only as a place of punishment but also as a kind of zone for purification and growth, where even the fallen could strive for light and change their fate. This idea underscores that nav is not so much a place of eternal confinement as it is part of a great cosmic cycle, in which there is room for correction, growth, and development, regardless of which part of the universe a being occupies. The choice of the path of ascent for beings residing in dark nav is extremely complex. These beings possess certain power and knowledge but cannot clearly distinguish between good and evil. Their capacity for spiritual growth is limited by this very shortcoming, even though they have the potential for change. It is important to understand that the world of nav itself is a necessary and integral part of Slavic cosmology. Without destruction, there can be no renewal and development. Therefore, nav plays a key role in maintaining the movement and evolution of the universe. In the system of worlds of Slavic tradition, Prav occupies a special place as the third component of the triad, alongside Yav and Nav. Prav is the highest space, the abode of the creator gods, where the laws of the universe are created and its order is maintained. It is a world focused on creation, and it is through Prav that the expansion and harmonization of the universe occurs. The gods of Prav are the highest luminous entities, each embodying specific cosmic principles. They not only govern the universe but also embody the forces that ensure the balance and prosperity of the cosmos. Thus, the world of Prav is the source of order, light, and creation, opposed to the chaos and destruction of Nav. This structure of worlds emphasizes the complex yet harmonious balance between various aspects of existence, where each space, be it Prav, Nav, plays its important role in the overall cosmic cycle. In the world of Prav are located the heavenly realm of Svarog and the Slavic paradise Iria. According to traditions, the world of Prav consists of 9 heavens, and on the 7th of them is the palace of Svarog, the heavenly father who serves as a judge in disputes among the Slavic gods. The gods living in Prav play a key role in the development of humanity. They help people master new crafts and teach justice and honesty. It is thanks to their influence that we use the expression to act according to Prav when speaking of good and righteous deeds. The root Prav is so deeply rooted in the Russian language that words with this root take up several pages in any dictionary. These words relate to issues concerning the regulation of societal life and the establishment of order. Truth, rule, to rule, government. All these words reflect the idea of righteousness and order, anchored at the level of language. Terms such as right, correct, righteous, justice, as well as right, justification, and fairness all echo a fundamental universal principle passed down to us through culture and language. The frequency of the use of words with the root Prav underscores its significance as a symbol of universal truth and order, which govern not only the mythological world of Prav but also human society. This root is a kind of reflection of the deep connection between human life and the cosmic law that sustains harmony and justice in the world. The principle of Prav played an exceptional role in the lives of the ancient Slavs. To glorify Prav meant to honor and exalt the law of the highest cosmic love and order that ensured harmony in the universe. All 3 worlds, Yav, Nav, and Prav, are closely interconnected and dependent on one another. What happens in the world of Yav inevitably influences Nav. Every action we take in Yav leaves a trace in Nav, and these changes can affect the world of Prav, where the laws of the universe are created. The interconnectedness of the worlds emphasizes the importance of responsible behavior, as any negative deed in this world generates consequences in other realms of existence. Nav, in turn, can also influence Prav, creating feedback between these worlds. With this, our narrative comes to an end. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed our story, support the channel, like, subscribe, and leave comments. See you again on the channel Myths and Legends. Goodbye, everyone.